Hey guys, welcome to Superlative Radio. Dylan Stone here with you. Hope you enjoy the following vlog.
Hey guys, welcome to another Superlative Radio vlog here on Superlative Radio. I'm the Saw, and if you watched my last vlog, I talked a little bit about, basically don't be a dick to each other and treat each other with respect, regardless of whether your skin color, your religion, whatever. It didn't matter. Just don't be a dick. Today I want to talk about a video I watched the other day. It was by John Scheinder, and those of you who might know who he is, he played Bo Duke in The Dukes of Hazzard and Jonathan Kent in Smallville. He lives in the southern U.S. and he's a Trump supporter. So I'm gonna put that out there, but don't judge the man on that alone, because I'm not a Trump supporter by any means. Well, I'm not even American, so I'm definitely not a Trump supporter. But even if I was an American, I wouldn't be a Trump supporter. But I like the guy. He's a pretty down to earth fella. He seems like a pretty easygoing guy. But he was talking about in his video, he talked about the Confederate flag and the Confederate States and all that, and the Civil War and stuff like that. And I got to thinking about the fact that there's so many people. I guess before I get into this, I don't want to go on about anything like that, but I want to talk about the historical aspect of it. And when you look at history, okay, like today, it's like people have a problem with the Confederate flag without even understanding where that flag comes from or its past. I'm not even American, and I understand that flag has nothing to do with racism. Nothing. And if you think it does, then you need to really look at history and understand why it doesn't. You also need to understand that the Civil War that was fought in the U.S. was not about slavery. Both sides had slaves. Both sides, the North and the South, had slaves. The slaves weren't freed until after the Civil War ended. So both sides had slaves. There were free black men that fought on both sides. There was black men in the States who had black slaves. When you look at history, you have to understand that the reason we can't just wipe these things away and just make blanket statements about them is because we need to understand history. You need to understand where we've been so we don't go there again. World War II is a direct result of the fact that World War I happened and nobody paid attention. It's a direct result of it, okay? When you look at Vietnam, okay, and the Korean War, and then you look at the powder keg that happened in the Gulf War, and what's going on in the Persian Gulf right now, and what's going on in Afghanistan, and all those things. Everything is a cause, or everything that's going on was caused by something that happened before, and in a way because people weren't paying attention to what they were doing. You have to think about what it means, and this is happening a lot with movies even, where things are being taken out of movies and removed from movies and edited out of movies because of the fact, well, you can't say this today, and you can't say this today, and you can't. Yes, you're right. It's politically incorrect to say certain things and do certain things today. But if it's in a movie, and the movie was made, say, in 1942 or 1962, it was a different time, and I'm not giving it a pass because of that. But you got to understand that the movie was filmed in a period of time that we still shouldn't forget. Like, Gone with the Wind is a big thing that's being talked about right now with them altering it, non-altering it, and whatever. When you look at movies, you have to understand that sometimes they're a period piece. And what's going on in them is what would have roughly, give or take, happened at that actual time in history. So you can't judge the movie by saying, oh, well, that's a racist movie or that's a whatever. It's not. We have to study history. We have to understand history, because if we don't, we are doomed to repeat it, as we have shown many, many times in history. And those of us who study it understand, well, we understand what's going to happen again if we don't. Look at the United States right now. It's like a powder keg. It's like just waiting for someone to drop a Molotov cocktail on there and watch the thing explode. Because it's going to happen. And it's because they're 30 years behind the rest of the civilized world when it comes to progressiveness. I mean, they literally just the other day had their Supreme Court say it was illegal to fire somebody because they're gay or they're transsexual. Really? What the frig does being gay or transsexual have to do with a person doing their job? Are they doing the job properly? It's the same thing as when it comes to hiring people. And, you know, everybody's like, oh, you got to hire more minorities. You got to hire more women. What you need to do is hire the right person for the job. If that person is a black, transsexual, gay woman, hire her. Him. Whatever. I don't know how you would figure out what that... I don't know how you would figure it out. What proper pronoun to use there, but you get the idea. You know, if it's a straight white guy, hire him. If it's a straight white female, hire her. If it's a gay Asian, hire them. It doesn't matter. If it's the right person for the job, that's who gets it. We shouldn't be paying so much attention to everybody's color or race or religion or whatever, because none of that matters. In the end of the day, none of that matters. It's just how we treat each other as people. When we're not doing that, then again, we're right back to history and the way history has been, and we're going to fall right back into the same traps that we've done before. So it's important to study history, and it's important to, if you haven't seen Mr. Scheiner's video, okay, he just posted it, I think it was like June the 14th or June the 15th. Check it out on his page, and he's talking about the Confederacy, and he's just asking a question. And it's a question everybody should think about. And, you know, I mean, everybody is entitled to their opinion. And yes, some opinions are wrong. Even though you're entitled to your opinion, doesn't mean you're going to be right. I mean, because if your opinion is that it's wrong to be gay, you're wrong. Your opinion is wrong. Everybody is entitled to their opinion. And when you live in a free country, or a relative free country, or a mediocrely free country like you do in the United States, you know, because your government watches and hears everything you say and do, then, you know, you have a moderate ability to say what you want. And, I mean, as protected by your First Amendment speech, freedom of speech or whatever. You know, in Canada, we don't have that. A lot of people seem to think we do, that I have the right to say whatever I want. In Canada, no, you don't. Got news for you, you really don't. And if you think you do, trust me, you don't. The simple fact is we have to study history, and when you don't study it, you're just going to be doomed to repeat it. And I know I've said that a number of times in this vlog, but it's important because we are going on a path in history right now. We have a chance to change so much, and for the better, if we just pay attention to what's happened before so we don't make the same mistakes. Thanks for checking out my vlog. I'll catch you guys next time right here on Superlative Radio.
Hey guys, thanks for watching Superlative Radio. Come back anytime, and when you do, please make sure you subscribe, make sure you leave a comment. We really want to know what you think. We'll see you soon. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, because that's the way it's supposed to be.